Hello and welcome to Business at City Watch. It's Michael, your host, and we're speaking today with Chuck Akins, who has the distinction, I think, as far as I know, marketing that is geared specifically for the assistance of AI, as opposed to AI, one person doing it, or one party doing it, or another party doing it. It's kind of a combination of the two. Am I close to that, Chuck?
Oh, absolutely, Michael. Thanks for having me. It's I like to use the word co-create. It's me, you, and AI. Making it happen.
Now, you've noticed, or I'm sure you have noticed, the situation with AI being all over the place right now, and people using it almost to distraction. Is there a situation where you feel that there can be too much of the AI factor, or is it always a matter of blending it in with what you're doing?
Yeah, no, the way I think about it, I don't know if there's too much or too little in quantity. I would caution folks against the quality. What I find people do is they start at the prompt and they start doing stuff. And, they just, those are, you ask it a question and it gives you an answer. And it'll give the next person the same answer. It's a chatbot, and it's built on large language models. So, the inputs you give it are important. And if all you do is just give it a couple sentences, well, you're going to get low to medium quality out of it. Now, if you want to do a bunch of that, great. But so it's not a quantity as much as it is a quality. If you're putting in good inputs and you process the outputs properly, you can have a lot of quantity.
Okay. Well, I think what I want to do is talk about that specifically, the marketing strategy behind it, and then go to the B&B aspect of it as well. And I will do that right after we come back from this. Hello, thank you for listening to Business at City Watch. I remind you, of course, that we're also on YouTube channel at Business at City Watch. Please give us that like, give us that thumbs up. Let the YouTube people know that you appreciate what we're doing. Thanks. Okay, we are back. This is Business at City Watch. This is Michael. I remind you, by the way, those who are looking at us or paying attention to us on YouTube, please like and let everybody know that we're somebody that you want to hear from. We're back with Chuck Akins. We're discussing AI and digital applications thereof and marketing. Talk to me a little bit about marketing strategy, Chuck. Is it a matter of incorporating it in with the business strategy you already have, or is it putting together an entirely new strategy for that product?
Oh, it could be either, but let's have a little fun with it and say it's a new product or a new strategy. Either a go-to-market strategy, expansion, whatever it might be. AI can be really helpful with helping you develop strategy, things you didn't think of. So let me talk through two things real quick, because I mentioned that everyone starts at the prompt and they just start typing things. What I teach from a marketing perspective is that it always starts with your target customer in B2B, your ideal client profile. So the first thing before I even start to develop strategy is use AI to document and segment, even micro-segment, your target customers and ideal client profiles. Then once you have that documented, and even maybe your brand promise and value props, like once you know who you're trying to target and what you're promising them through your offering, now I can develop a strategy. And what I have at my website, which is Tidal Wave Content, is I've got free tools that build personas and brand promises and voice and tones and everything for you, because those artifacts, you add those to the prompt. You can attach files and documents to your prompt. In Claude, you can even build projects and knowledge bases. Then when you prompt and you say, develop a strategy to reach my target audience, it knows who it is. And it's well documented and it's built into the memory. And that's what I mean about a lot of times people start at the prompt. They don't do the homework first. And they just say, give me a strategy, or give me a recipe, or plan my travel. And you need to do some prep work before, just like you do in business or in sales. You do a little homework up front, and the end product turns out a whole lot better.
Now, this goes back to the strategy portion, I guess, because you're not going to aim the process at, say, a B2B customer that you would to a regular, say, product customer who's just listening to it as part of an ad or something like that. You have to point it in the right direction and get it to go where you want it to go, yes?
Oh, absolutely. And when you talk about B2B and the buying process, there's a stat out there, I won't quote it right, but 60, 70, 80% of the research is done before the B2B prospect ever reaches out to you. So, and when they're going through the research phases, even before that, just to become aware of you as a product or a service, they're going to consume that type of information digitally. And again, this is why it's important to think about the pain points, the challenges that your target customer has, and address that. In writing, they talk about writing in second person, right? Every B2B, most brands, when I start working with them and they have a business strategy or a marketing strategy, it's from the inside out. It's all about how great their features are. And instead, we need to turn this around and say, what is the challenge? What is the struggle? What is the classic job to be done, by your B2B prospect? And when you dive into that and you start trying to help them in their job, in their career, to be a rock star or a leader in their organization, and you get inside their mind, it becomes a lot easier to market to them. They'll then give you some attention and maybe check out your product if it truly brings value. And that's as much, that's almost a marketing strategy that you need to develop first. Now, the good news is AI can help you quickly identify your target audience, build your value props, understand their pain points, and then help you develop baseline information that they might be interested in that you can put your unique spin on as a thought leader, in your industry or a product leader. You can really bring great insights on top of what AI can put together for you.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about the aspect of using it on its own as opposed to using it in group that we're talking about before, the product and the consumer. Let's do that after we come back from this. Hello, thank you for listening to Business at City Watch. I remind you, of course, that we're also on the YouTube channel at Business at City Watch. Please give us that like, give us that thumbs up. Let the YouTube people know that you appreciate what we're doing. Thanks. Okay, you're back with Business at City Watch. I'm Michael, your host, and we were talking with Chuck Akins, and we're talking about digital marketing using AI. We were talking about combining the different aspects, the product, the marketer, the AI situation itself. Is there ever a situation, Chuck, when we're using just AI by itself and just letting it kind of run with it and put together like a 30 or 60 second piece and say, here we go, or is it always directed?
It's a little bit of both. There's different scenarios. There's situations where even when I prompt, it's a conversation. I'm just getting ideas. It's maybe it would give me a 30 or 60 seconds. It's just I just need something. When you get into a more advanced thing like crafting a marketing strategy, figuring out where you're going to deploy ads, just anything that's going to involve and affect a lot of people, I kind of believe that, just like if it's a craft, I can go to Home Depot and buy power tools. I should not be building a house. I need someone that would be there with me. So when I direct and coach and train, I'm bringing expertise to it. I'm not teaching you how to prompt better. I'm just pointing you in the right direction and helping you use AI to arrive at your conclusions and to come up with ideas. Whether it be something as simple as what should be on the homepage of your website, or a 5-email drip sequence. Like just being able to think about that properly takes expertise. So that's a second scenario. So you have one scenario where you do it by yourself. Yeah, you should be doing that. Use it to. There's all kinds of things that every person should be using it for in their jobs, particularly the things they don't like to do. That's what I tell people to do first. Some people hate data, some people hate images, some people hate reporting. Other people love those things. So whatever it is about your job that you don't like, see if you can solve it with AI yourself. But bigger things like strategy, business things, websites, it does help to have a little bit of direction. And you kind of have a third scenario that I think all of us see, where commercial software and developers are kind of building AI enhanced tools for us. And of course, you don't see the prompts, you don't see the tokens that are being used. So, those are kind of the three scenarios. You have to figure out in your use case or problem case, what am I dealing with here? Can I just do this myself? No harm, no foul, just get it done. I'm being more productive in my day to day. Is this more of a unified effort that I should get a couple experts involved with? Or am I using a piece of software and this is very directed? And different people solve the same problem different ways, but you do need to stop for a second and think. In marketing in the old days, that was like, do I want to hire a person? Do I want to get a consultant, or do I want to hire an agency? You had to do the same type of thinking in the old days. Same thing kind of applies to AI. Do I want to pay for software? Do I want to have a coach? Or do I want to do it myself? And it's different for everybody.
Okay. Sounds good. We're going to come back for the last couple of minutes with Chuck Iggins in just a second. Hello, thank you for listening to Business at City Watch. I remind you, of course, that we're also on YouTube channel at Business at City Watch. Please give us that like, give us that thumbs up. Let the YouTube people know that you appreciate what we're doing. Thanks. Hi, we are back for the last segment here at Business at City Watch. I'm your host, Michael. We've been speaking with Chuck Iggins. We've been talking about AI, and we're talking about both the business to business and the regular product aspects of it, and using it as part of your own marketing program. Chuck, tell me in the last couple of seconds, if they want to reach you and ask further questions of you and go from there, how would they do that?
Yeah, so a couple quick things. You can find me on LinkedIn, Chuck Aikens, AIKENS. I respond to every message pretty quickly. Second, I've built a set of web tools and apps. The website is tidalwavecontent.com, and marketing always needs content, so that Tidal Wave content. And then lastly, if you go either of those routes and reach out to me, I do 90-minute workshops with brands big and small, no limitations. A couple $100 to have a little workshop, and I do a couple a week. So that's a way to get in touch with me. Check out an app where there's different tools, or if you want a couple hours of AI for you and your team, I do quick little workshops.
Sounds good. Chuck Iggins, I thank you so much for being with us on Business at City Watch. And I'm reminding all you out there to believe in yourself. If you don't, no one else will. And we will speak with you next time.